Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Mwah. How are you,
Welcome
honey?
in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is
Hello,
Poker.
darling.
Hello, Poker. How are you?
Hello.
This is my mom visiting
Hello.
me for holidays.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having us in your beautiful apartment.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
So, how were you scouted?
Wow, it's actually a very funny story. I think I was about 16 years old, and my best friend really wanted to be a model, and I was just like, oh my god, like I don't know about that. I was like, that's so stupid. So she dragged me to a mall for an elite model search. She was like, just come with me. Like, I'm scared. I'm like, of course I'll go with you. So I sat there, and I remember walking in. I have this memory of walking in, and there was like so many girls, and there was a line, and I was just like, her name was Monica. I was like, I can't. I'm just gonna grab a coffee across. Like, there was little coffee shops. I sat down, and like this beautiful blonde lady sat across from me, and her name was Daniela Peštova.
Oh my God.
She's a big model.
Wow.
She was with Elite, and she was like, "Oh, sign in here," and I'm like, "I'm really not in for this." And she's like, "I'm just here with my friend," and she was like, "Do you see the line? You're gonna wait for an hour and a half. You might as well kill time and fill this out." So she sat down, filled it out with me, and she just took it, and then I placed within top 10.
Amazing.
So that's my story of how I started. And then I got my first contract. We ended up in Prague. There was the competition. But then I didn't even finish because I got a contract in Istanbul in Turkey with an agency, and I went there for 2 months.
That's crazy.
The rest is history. My friend got very upset at me. She gave me her blessing.
Exactly,
but
nothing you can do about it.
I still love her, and I thank her so much. I owe her a lot.
You should be thankful. Yeah. So can you please tell us about your covers and editorials and magazines?
So this is a great question, because when I started, I was always marketed as a commercial girl. I always used to, my bread and butter was the swimsuit, was like the e-commerce, was the makeup, jewelry. That was my forte. But as of recently, I started booking a lot of editorials. I have L'Officiel.
Great.
I've worked with Elle. I have Harper's. Also, it's great with my shoes. Also, my shoes. That's why I'm thinking in my head. Also, I place my shoes in separate editorials. I have Numero magazine.
Amazing.
So my new exciting thing that's coming out, I'm cutting a deal with Maxim.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so excited, which is so exciting for me, because that's something I was used to doing.
Yeah.
I swimsuit, like the beach stuff. Always wanted to do Sports Illustrated, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
hopefully.
I'm so grateful for Maxim. I'm very
amazing.
excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So speaking of your shoes, so how did you start designing shoes, and how did your brand started, and when?
I officially launched less than a year ago. It was
good.
almost to the point. It was end of the December.
Great.
It was back in my room when I was living with my mom in Slovakia. Because my mom is a single mom. She had a job. She would give me anything I needed to that other kids had.
Yeah.
But I always had this love for fashion, and I used to look up to designers so much. I used to buy magazines, and then I saw the runway shows of Louis Vuitton, and I was always drawn to the shoes. But obviously, it was way out of anything I could ever afford.
Yes.
And it always kind of stuck with me. I used to buy random shoes on sale and then try to tweak them, or like cut things and sew them, just change the designs. And as years passed by and I started modeling, I became closer and closer with either designers, or like I just had it in my face, or it was put on me for editorials. So then I still, it was in my head that I was like, wow, like this is kind of expensive. So when I moved to New York City, and like it kind of had a resource, and I had my money saved, and I was like, well, why don't I just do something that is kind of affordable for especially girls like me. I thought of myself when I was a child, and when I was a teenager, when I was the girl that like was dreaming of these things. And I was just like, well, I'm in a very different spot, because I see both.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I see the world, and I still look up to them, like they're my heroes. The designers are really my heroes. But this is kind of my project of like I don't want to say giving back, but for the girls that are looking up to these things they can't afford, I want to collaborate on the two worlds together and give it to them.
Yeah. What is the name of your brand?
Michaela V.
And they are sold at Soho, right?
Yes, I'm cut a deal with Flying Solo.
Amazing.
I love them so much. So they work with independent designers. It's one of a kind. Nothing is mass produced. I adore them. And also walk their shows.
Yeah.
So that's how we got acquainted. I knew the store. I knew everything about them.
So let's talk about food. What is your favorite lunch spot?
So it's also convenient. It's right across the street. It's the Zodiac Room in Neiman Marcus. I would recommend for anyone. It's so big, bright. It's amazing. And the food, oh my God.
What do you eat?
I feel like they should sponsor me now.
Exactly.
They have these amazing salads there. They have a great selection. It's big. It's with like this big poofy bread.
Amazing. Michaela, if you were to describe your New York in one word or in one sentence, what would it be?
Energetic, edgy, and place where dreams come true.